How you doing there? Peter P., founder of Vegas Family Solar, right here in the deserts of Southern Nevada. Solar tips in under 2 minutes. This one's going to go about five, but I promise you it's going to be information that you probably have never heard of. It's the absolute truth, and it's going to shed light on how you understand solar so you can say, hey, is solar a good deal for me, or maybe it's not. I think it is, particularly here in the deserts of Southern Nevada. And what I'm going to explain to you will help you come to that conclusion rather quickly. We'll see. Anyways, the topic is inverters. Now, the inverter is the thing that's attached to the side of someone's house, and it's the brains of the entire solar system. Now, there are two types of inverters on the market, primarily for homes, residential. Now, there's the interactive inverter, and then there's a multi-mode inverter. Now, here is an example of an interactive inverter. Your Solar Edge inverter, you're probably seeing these attached to a lot of different houses. It's a fine inverter. It's a pure interactive inverter. Now, my guess is about 95, maybe 97% of all existing solar systems have an interactive inverter attached to their house. Now, an interactive inverter works just like this. It works what we call in current mode. So basically, it's just an arithmetic accounting of current flows, meaning energy is produced on your rooftop, it flows through the inverter, it interacts with the utility company, accounting for all the current that is being produced, sends 100% of that current back to the utility company. Once the utility company takes ownership of it, then they're free to do whatever they want with it. They'll sell it back to you at the market rate for electricity, or they'll sell it to your neighbors for the market rate of electricity. It's entirely up to them. Now, most people think that, well, during the day, I have my blow dryer going, my lights going, we got the AC going on, and my interactive inverter is carrying the loads, meaning I'm using the energy that's produced on my rooftop to feed the loads of my air conditioner, my lighting, refrigerator, etc. Nothing could be further from the truth. Now, these inverters here are not designed to carry a load. They can't carry a load. It doesn't work that way. 100% of what you produce on your rooftop, if you have one of these interactive inverters, goes all the way back to NV Energy. That's just the way it works. Unless you had a multi-mode inverter. Now, a multi-mode inverter operates in the current mode, where it's just accounting current flows and sending it all back to the NV Energy or your utility company. But it also operates in what's called voltage mode. Now, voltage mode is no different than your gasoline generator. The gasoline generator builds up to a certain electricity level, like say it's 120 volts, and it maintains that level. So the loads can pull the current from that electricity source, and that's how it works. So unless you have a multi-mode inverter, you're not able to use the energy that's produced on your rooftop to feed the loads within your household. Now, here's an example of a multi-mode inverter. This one's made by EG4. It's a great inverter. And this operates in current mode, also voltage mode. When it's operating in voltage mode, now the inverter is carrying loads. Now you can actually use what you're producing at the moment you're producing it within your house. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of misconceptions about how these inverters work. I've given you the truth, the facts. I hope this helps you understand how these inverters work. If you're in the deserts of Southern Nevada, you want a multi-mode inverter. Okay, you can zero out your consumption during the day without batteries, meaning you can run your entire house on your solar system and not take anything from NV Energy. In addition to that, NV Energy is going to add some methodologies as to how they charge us for electricity by adding what's called a peak billing, peak charging, meaning they're going to find out where our biggest peak is during the day, multiply that by basically an unknown factor, and charge you for that usage. If you have a multi-mode inverter and you don't need batteries, and your highest peak is during the day, well, with the multi-mode inverter, you can easily push that peak down dramatically, or even zero it out. Saving you a ton of money on your energy consumption. More importantly, or just as importantly, rather, your return on that investment, say ordinarily might be like 12 to 9 years. You can shrink it down. It's like 4 to 5 years quite easily. Okay, multi-mode inverters and interactive inverters. Is that upside down? No, there it is. Okay. Which one do you got? Which one do you want? You take care. Peter P, Vegas Family Solar. Happy 2026. You take care.